And we're live, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Sit Down. Well, today is aptly titled The Sit Down on Sunday. And I am T. Harris at When the Needle Drops.
And I'm QG at Nerdy Lil Bubba.
And again, as always, our mission on the Sit Down is to share our love for music in a way that's accessible and enjoyable for everyone, from the novice to the knowledgeable. So today, we have a special guest with us, and I'm going to bring her to the stage. So we have a special guest with us this afternoon. And so before I let you introduce yourself, I'm gonna tell the people a little bit about you. So,
all right,
Mr. Young is a near and dear friend to my wife and I. We have known each other 20 years now.
Yeah, it's been 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years now we've known each other, and she's like a sister to us. Her sons are like brothers and cousins to our boys. So we go way back, so, way back, long time, back when I still had hair.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You did have hair when we met.
Yeah, I had a full head of hair.
He did.
Yeah. So yeah, back when I had hair, and so just a quick story. So when I started When the Needle Drops, like I had no idea how to create a reel, right? I didn't know what I was doing. And she taught me how to create a reel. And then from that point on, like the page just kind of became a thing. And then you and I started Saturday Sit Down Q, and she has been probably one of our loudest and most vocal supporters. Yes. And I still remember when, I think it was in December of last year, we were at a basketball game together. And I was like worried about the number of followers we had or people who weren't watching. And you said, don't worry about that, brother, because the right people will be watching at the right time. Just keep doing what you're doing. So that's how I know Adrienne. But Adrienne, if you would tell the good people a little bit about yourself.
Look, you done said enough. I will say, sidebar, I love what y'all do. I am one of your number one fans outside of your spouses. This brings so much grace and joy to my home. We put y'all on our TV and sit down like we are watching you like a podcast. This is amazing. And I love what you do. I love that you keep showing up. And thank you for inviting me to your platform. I'm a minister of the gospel since I was like 16 years old. So gospel music is near and dear to my heart. It has got me through a whole lot of stuff. And it's getting me through a whole lot of stuff. So I'm honored to have this time with y'all. We're going to cut up. We're going to have a good time. I got on my Gamecock earrings because praise the Lord. We won yesterday. Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Mo Millie, good to see everybody joining us live, and those who are catching the replay. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time as usual. So I'm gonna start it off with the first question, Adrienne. I'm gonna ask you, and then we'll just bounce around in the group. So, what was the first gospel song that you remember hearing?
Oh my God! Besides "Come By Here, Lord."
Yeah, that was
I was so sick of "Come By Here, Lord," but I will say, outside of hymns, because growing up, I grew up in a Baptist church where they are lining the hymn. Father, I stretch my hand to thee, no other help I know.
Yep.
The biggest song that had the impact on me was it was "Come By Here," because you didn't have to have no music.
Nope.
You could be somebody with a scratchy throat who just started it. And everybody in the church knew to join in with "Come By Here, Lord, come by here." That's it was classic for me. So that is literally ingrained in me from a very little girl.
Absolutely. All right, Q. What about you, man?
So the first gospel song I remember hearing, oh goodness, kind of like what Adrienne just said. Mom was in the church, and it was "My Hope Is Built on Nothing Less."
Yeah. And
I'm an AME. I'm AME born, AME raised, and that was one of the songs that they would always start off with. One of the hymnals that they would start off with, especially seeing like on first or second Sunday. So yeah, that was my first one.
Yep. Yeah, man. I Baptist background myself as well. So again, like you said, lining the hymnal, and it was leaning on the everlasting arms and at the cross. And like you said, back then it wasn't if your church had a piano, you were good. But if your church had a piano and drums, and played a guitar, we thought your church had money back in the day.
You did have money.
Yeah. But most of the time it was just foot stomping and hand clapping. along to the song, and that traditional call and response, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting y'all say that because in the AME church they didn't have drums or guitars, at least not the ones I'm accustomed to. It was you had the organ and you had the piano.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah. So I remember listening to the gospel. So I spent a lot of time with my grandparents growing up, and it was secular music Monday through Saturday.
Right.
You bet not listen to anything but gospel music on Sunday. Yep. So I remember there was a show that used to come on every Sunday morning. My grandma would be making breakfast, and we'd be listening to that show. I remember Al Green when he converted the gospel. Well, he'd already been in it deep at that point, and the Williams brothers and the Jackson Southernaires and the Cantor Spirituals, all them.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are my memories, my early memories of gospel music. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna move into the next segment of the show. We hadn't done this part in a while, Q, but being a history teacher, I'm always a history teacher. That's part of the reason why we do this show anyway. I'm gonna give y'all a brief history of gospel music. So gospel music was born from traditional hymns and spiritual songs that were sung by slaves. Basically, it served as a sense of hope and inspiration for the slaves. But there was a distinction between the spirituals that the slaves sung while they were working versus the hymnals, which were European. So modern gospel music sort of became this marriage between the spirituals and the hymnals. So the call and response format came out of that because the slaves were not allowed to attend church with white church members, so they could hear it in the background. So that's where that call and response came from that we know so well from the church. All right, so Thomas Dorsey, 1921, at the National Baptist Convention, coined the term gospel music. So he is known as the father of gospel music, and he wrote songs such as Precious Lord and Peace in the Valley. So if you grew up in the Baptist church like us, y'all know about that red hymnal.
Yes.
Still got it.
Most of them songs that we sing in that hymnal were written by Thomas Dorsey himself. An interesting thing about Thomas Dorsey, I told Q this when I was doing my research before the show, and this sort of blew my mind. He didn't see a distinction between blues and gospel music. The only distinction he saw was the lyrics. So that's when you start seeing sort of that mixture between the secular and gospel, because of the combination of the bad news blues and the good news gospel. That's how I would put it.
It's Ray Charles.
It's Ray Charles music. Exactly.
That's right.
That leads us into our next topic, which is gospel music and secular music.
Right.
The connection. So it started with Thomas Dorsey, but Q, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go, brother. Like, give some examples of like the connection between gospel music and secular music and why they seem to have this perfect marriage with one another.
Well, you just named Ray Charles. Ray Charles was recording for a small gospel label, and that's how he got his start. Aretha Franklin, she got her start at her father's church. Whitney, she got her start at the church.
Come on.
Yep.
So many R&B singers got Marvin Gaye. He got his start at in the church. Yep. So many R&B singers got their start, their foundation in the church, whether they were singing solos, whether they were singing in the choir. That's how they got their start. You can name, Billy Preston. He got his start in the church. Goodness, I think members of the Commodores. Al Green.
Al Green.
Al Green wrote an autobiography probably about 10, 15 years ago. He said that, he used to sing, him and his brothers and sisters used to sing in the choir. They were not allowed to listen to secular music in the house. And he literally got kicked out of his house for, listening to secular music. But that is how he got his start. So you can name a long line of R&B singers who got their start from singing gospel. But of course, because they got their start from singing gospel and they crossed over into secular music, it caused a lot of controversy. Lots and lots of controversy, because you have people who are gospel oriented. They only listen to gospel. They did not want their favorite artist to sing secular music. They're basically saying you cannot be within two worlds. To me, I don't see what the problem is, because especially like with somebody like Al Green, because Al Green sang love songs, but it was from the heart. But he also gave you Jesus Is Waiting.
And you would talk about Aretha Franklin. Her number one album was Amazing Grace. That she recorded live. And I remember Reverend Franklin, her dad said they were out sometimes. He said, I'll just be glad when Aretha come back to church. She never left the church.
No.
her pool was because she was doing secular. And so more people, that is still the #1 sold album at her lifetime was Amazing Grace. And I'm grateful because the world would have never met Aretha had she just remained in the church. Think about Tina Turner. She started in the church too.
You sure did.
Absolutely. And digging in my crates gave us another example. He said D'Angelo's another example of this. He got his start in a Pentecostal church. He's a PK, and you can hear gospel music, all over his music. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Like I didn't think about that. Like he got his start, like you said, playing the organ for his father and singing with his brothers in his dad's church.
Yep. Wally just mentioned the Stable Singers. That's how the Stable Singers started. They started literally barnstorming all churches, throughout the nation. And then they crossed over to secular music, but you could feel that spiritual influence in their songs. Even Let's Do It Again.
Yeah, even when and we speak about gospel, let's get into our era of the music. Let's talk about the 90s and the influence a group by the name of Commissioned had on all the male R&B groups, in particular Boyz II Men and Jodeci and 112 and Drew Hill. All of them have mentioned Commissioned as sort of being their blueprint on their harmonies in their songs. I mean, Casey Haley was a gospel singer.
He was. My former piano player from my home church sang with Jodeci. He was the E in Jodeci, Earl, until they kicked him out. And they started out.
Wow. Yeah, I had no clue about that.
So, so us growing up, that was normal to see them come into church, tear down, and leave.
Yeah.
We knew it. Yeah.
Yep. Wow. The Great Brothers in Jodeci, their dad was a pastor of a church in Charlotte. So that's why Devontae was such a good piano player and knew how to put together those harmonies so well, because it's choir music. It was choir music.
It was choir music.
Yep. So that leads us into our next question. We're sort of talking about this. So this Jermaine Dupri and Brian Michael Cox, who's one of his frequent collaborators, went viral about a month and a half ago, maybe 2
months. That's about a month and a half ago.
Yeah. So Jermaine Dupri just went on a rant and said that the reason why today's R&B music is suffering because there is no connection between the church and R&B music. I need to update that question. But there's no connection between the church and R&B music because all the stars that we just mentioned got their starts in the church.
Right.
So do y'all think that what he's saying is true? And if so, why not? Adrienne, I'm going to start with you.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And I say why, because there's no depth and soul when they're singing.
Yeah.
Like you can, anybody can just sing la, 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 la. But when you are like Lauryn Hill and you know she done been somewhere. I mean, God, it's just the depth of it and the passion. It's not there. And then growing up in the church, hate to say it, but some of the choir directors were very perfectionists. And so we were taught and drilled on how to hit a note and how to make it sound so that people would move and people react to that. Now you can just go in the studio and make up some stuff and tinkle a little bit and they call it music. It is not at all. Just like last night I posted about Jennifer Hud singing, what was she singing last night? A woman is not a woman, whatever. But she blew it away.
Yeah.
Because she grew up singing in the church. She sat down and sung a secular song that made me throw my shoe at my computer. I mean, for real, I just think about it. It's a difference between those who grew up with the depth and being able to be not even trained, but be encouraged and having a platform to know how it is to perform. Let's just go there and still be able to move people. Not just in lyrics, but because your whole being is in it. I mean, it's very evident.
Yeah. Yeah. You got anything you wanted to add to that, Q?
Well, I kind of feel like as if they were being vocally trained, if you think about it, by the choir directors.
Yeah, I would do it. I'd hit and stay right there. Don't move that note. Yeah.
Right. The choir directors basically told you where to stay and how to sound. You come in here, you come in here. This is your pitch. This is your range. There's none of that now. And I think a lot of it, it's a whole host of issues as to why you're not seeing singers coming out of the church now. But I will say that I think one day it's going to reverse. I don't know when, but I think it's going to reverse at some point. I just don't know exactly.
Yeah, and there's a need from the masses. Like folks are wanting to hear the R&B music that we grew up on
They do.
all over again. Like there is no, like we've said this and talked about this a lot, Q. There are no A&R departments anymore. They're too expensive. So they shut those departments down. So they expect now, because these artists are on the internet, for them to already come fully developed, and they don't have to throw any money behind them. They just gonna take the music they already put out and add a little razzle dazzle to it and just put it out there. But the product obviously is not the same. I think about it this way. Malcolm Gladwell, the book The Outliers, said in order to become an expert, you need 10,000 hours of practice.
That's it.
10,000 hours of practice. So these singers were coming out of church. That was their 10,000 hours.
That's right.
So by the time they, not only the church, but local talent shows, community programs with community music programs. So these folks were already well trained and well versed in how to sing a song and how to draw people's emotions, like you said, Adrienne, before they even stepped in the studio.
You just hit on something. Talent shows, talent search. Back in the day, there was always some kind of talent show. There was always some kind of little talent search. There was a guy, his name was Hal Jackson, I think that was his name. He used to have a world nationwide talent search. You don't see that now. Everything is instant and prepackaged. Just, you got the internet, you can hook up any kind of instrument to your computer, microphone, there you go.
That's it.
Bad water.
That's it. Yeah. It's like instant quits. Yeah. So Digging in the Crate says that he says R&B is all emotion. Emotion comes from catching that Holy Ghost. Now that's gone. R&B now is less about emotion and more about showing off. Exactly.
There's no connection. There's no connection.
No connection. Like the music of the 90s used to make you want to be in love.
Thank you.
Like you don't hear that anymore. Just like the gospel music made you want to draw closer to your walk with God. R&B music was the same way with relationships. So we don't, unfortunately, we don't hear that anymore.
No.
All right. So we are going to get into the music now. So we are going to share our top 5 gospel songs. I don't know about y'all, but this was very difficult.
This was horrible. I'm going to put this out there. I don't like that y'all asked me to limit to top 5. If you would have said your top 5 artists, your top 5 genres within gospel, I'd be like, oh, I can do it. But top 5?
Yeah. I text you.
100.
I text you last Sunday and I said, okay, so this is what we need for the show. If you could get me a top 5 songs by Wednesday, and you were like, really? 5? I can only do 5. And then like you said, with your husband's help, our fraternity brother, Eddie, you were able to get it down to 5, but it was a very difficult task.
Very difficult.
Yeah. And I know it took Q a minute because Q didn't get his songs to me till like Friday afternoon.
I can't wait because I ain't even got his yet. I can't wait to hear yours.
Yeah.
And I gotta add one. I'm gonna put it on my back list.
Okay. All right. That'll work. So we are going to share our top 5 gospel songs. These are songs, again, if you are your first time watching this show, these are songs that are important to us. That means something to us. That doesn't mean, you may have an idea of what you like, but this is what we like. So, Adrienne, I'm gonna let you kick it off with your number 1.
All right, no particular order, but one of my very favorite songs is actually by Mary, "The God in Me." Okay, the reason why I love this song because when she says, "But what you don't know is when I get home and get behind closed door, then I hit the floor, and what you can't see is that I'm on my knees." Because a lot of people thought, "Oh, she got it going on the outside," but you don't understand. It's actually the God in me. Like literally, that's the song I wanted for my initial sermon to come out on because it's him. It ain't me. It's this and all this is nothing.
Yeah.
But it's me behind closed doors on my face praying. So that is literally my theme song for everything I do. And it has a good beat. Okay. I'm all about a good beat. I'm all about, I'm a rock with it. But yeah, God in Me is one of my favorites.
Yeah. We talk about the connection between secular and gospel. Mary does a fantastic job of that. They are one of the like at the forefront of contemporary gospel music. And part of that is because of Erica Campbell's marriage to Warren Campbell, who also produces R&B music, who's produced for the likes of Boyz II Men and so many other R&B acts. But yeah, man, this, like you said with this song, like people don't see. They only see what they show. Like what you don't see that. You see this part right here.
Yeah, you don't see
what I'm going through on the inside. But like you said, when I get home, yeah,
that's it. That's what it is. And I love that because that's a thankful album, but not that one. Beyonce was on that album. A lot of people don't know that they sung on that album, like Destiny's Child on Mary Mary's album, like one of the last songs on that album. So yeah, I love that.
You know, and just general, and during my hangout days, I remember I was at a house party and they played The God in Me. And a lot of the sisters that was out there they was dancing to it. They was full of joy listening to it. And so, yeah.
All right. Well, good. That's a good way to start us off right there. It like perfect segue from our initial discussion about gospel and secular music. So my number one song is one of the songs I remember my grandparents listening to a lot growing up. So this song may not have gone platinum on the Billboard charts, but it went platinum in my grandparents' house. And this song is by none other than the Williams brothers. I'm Just a Nobody. Trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save everybody. And one thing I love, the message behind this song is don't judge someone by their appearances, their past. They can still witness to you, because in the song, the person that they're singing about is he's an alcoholic.
Right.
He's poor. He's on the streets. He's out there witnessing to people.
Yep. And
like I said, people don't listen to him. They just ignore him because of his appearance. And that's what he says. I'm a nobody, but I still feel God's presence in my life. Yeah. Therefore, I'm going to speak on how good he's been to me despite what I've been through.
How to save anybody.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That song right there is, I swear, every Sunday. Shout out to Z93. Charleston.
Yeah.
Because every Sunday morning they had the gospel morning show that came on at 6, went off at 11. They played this song the minute it came out. It seemed like every Sunday it was in rotation.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a definite classic right there. But yeah, that's one of the, like we talk about early gospel songs I remember that made an impression on me. This is one of them.
Yeah.
All right, Q, what you got, brother?
All right, so in no particular order, my first song is really personal to me, and it's from the Mighty Clouds of Joy. And they said, I've been through the storm too long.
I've been in the storm too long.
Too long.
Yes. Lord, too long.
Too long.
I mean, when he cries out, he's like, oh, that just hits me in the pit of my stomach, because I heard the song when I was a kid. Because they had this, you know how they come up with the compilation albums of all these different gospel artists.
Yep.
There was one that came out. It was called No Ways Tired.
I remember that.
And my parents actually had this on 8-track. I tried to find it when I was home, but I couldn't find it. And I was going to bring it back. But anyway, they had No Ways Tired. And that was the first time I heard this song was on that compilation tape. But I didn't understand what it meant, because, of course, when you're a kid, you're not going through no storms.
No.
But as an adult, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yes. You will go through a storm, and sometimes you be like, I've been in this storm for too long.
Yeah.
But you just got to hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, I had, so a good friend of mine, he told me one time, he said, you don't know nothing about, like you said, you don't know nothing about storms when you're a kid or when you're young, but when you become an adult, he said, you either about to enter a storm,
coming out,
you're already in one, or you leaving one.
Come on.
That ain't nothing but the truth.
I'm gonna stay out for a while, Lord. Give me a break.
Yeah, for real. Listen, I don't need no more storms. I need some weather-resistant gear and some rain boots. Yes. Please, Lord, with an umbrella.
In the name.
All right, so we're gonna go to our number 2. All right, Adrienne.
All right, listen. This singing group literally won a Grammy for this song. Okay, in a lot of movies, they were on the Johnny Cash show back in the day. Received a lot of the Pentecostal church, because they went it exploded. And the song is "Oh Happy Day" by the Edwin Harper Singers.
Yes.
I don't care. And this was in the 70s. We wore this out at Presbyterian College Student Fellowship Choir. Like, this is the song. Every concert, every church we sang in, we sang "Oh Happy Day." I'm talking big old football players were leading this song.
Yeah.
Because it just goes across all kind of platforms in your life. And it is a happy day. But I mean, Sister Act wore this out.
Yep.
It's still relevant.
Yes, they did.
It's still relevant to this day. And I believe in my heart, that song is what put gospel music to the world.
Yeah.
It really did. And it made it seem like, oh, this is normal. This is fine. It is "Oh Happy Day," but it's when sins away. People singing "He washed my sins away" probably ain't even saved. But it just had that tune and it just built up with the piano and it was just gorgeous. And they dressed to the nines. I remember Yolanda Adams was saying when she saw them, she was like, oh, I can look cool singing gospel. And that's it. They changed the trajectory of old school choir robes and having to come. They had on dresses. They had bongos. It was, so I absolutely love "Oh Happy Day."
Well, one thing I always, when you look up pictures of Edwin Hawkins, he had that perm. That thing was laid, wasn't it?
That he was sharp for Jesus.
Yeah, Edwin Hawkins was sharp. This song, like, it's one of them songs that'll take you there. Like, if you really deep in thought and you just listening to gospel music, and like I said, the lyrics ain't groundbreaking.
No, but he taught me how to watch, fight, and
pray. Exactly.
So funny thing, there's a gospel singer. Her name is Tremaine Hawkins.
Yep. Yes.
She sang with Edward Hawkins.
I've met her before. I love Tremaine.
Yeah. So she actually ran into controversy herself in the late 80s. I think it was 1987. She had a song, I think it was called "Power." And her being a gospel singer, everybody loved her as the gospel singer. She stepped out and did a quote unquote secular album, and her fans were hot. But the song "Power" was basically was a double entendre, right? Because she still gave you a gospel song, even though it had a secular sound.
See, leave the people alone. We can do both, and I'm over this. You only can do one. No. Jesus would do both. He hung out with sinners and the saints. So why can't we do both?
Bingo.
So
exactly.
Hope Billy said y'all got to hear Cher sing "Oh Happy Day."
I'd rather not.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Whoa, happy day. I can hear her now.
Where she throw her?
Yeah.
Right.
In the lips.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, hey Mo, I'm good on that. She said, man, listen, it was so funny. All right, so I'm gonna go to my number 2. This song, this album in particular, because when we attended Bethlehem Baptist Church, and this was Brother Tony Griffin. This is probably one of his favorite choir directors.
Oh God, yes, it is. I can tell you that.
Donald Lawrence.
Donald Lawrence. He is Donald Lawrence. He's Donald Lawrence too.
Y'all performed every Donald Lawrence song probably on this album.
Yes, we did.
And this is a song, I took a particular liking to this song. I love that album, by the way. I still got the CD behind me somewhere. But this song right here is "Bless Me," the Prayer of Jabez by Donald Lawrence and the Tri-City Singers. So just some background for those of you who are not familiar with this song. This song is based on the Bible verse 1 Chronicles 4:10. And says, "Jabez called upon the God of Israel, saying, oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my border, and that your hand might be with me, and that you would keep me from harm, so it might not bring me pain." And God granted what he asked. Basically, the song is a repeat of this Bible verse. Like, I pray for increase, enlarge my territory, keep your hands upon me, so no danger and harm fall upon me. Like, this song right here, I still remember when I was transitioning from being a teacher to going into school leadership. And I remember writing this Bible verse on my desk and leaving it on my computer.
Oh, wow.
A month or so before I got my first promotion. And I would always read that every morning. So this song has some personal significance to me, but I love this song. Yeah.
Yes. Praise the Lord.
You said Bethlehem Baptist Church, that's Simpsonville.
Yes, sir.
We sung every last one of those songs.
Every single song on that album. The best is yet to come. Seasons, all them songs.
Oh, gee, we would have practice up to 10:30 at night.
They would. Yep.
Not kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. We didn't no play. We recorded 2 CDs ourselves, our choir. Like it was.
Yeah, and a live performance. There's a DVD too.
Yeah, we have a DVD. We have all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to Bethlehem back in the day in my Greenville days.
Yeah.
I started going shortly about a year before I moved, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. That's where we all got our start at.
Yeah.
When we first moved to Greenville. So I absolutely love this song. Like I said, it carries some personal significance for me. So
that's I love that.
All right, Q, number 2.
All right, my number 2 song is from Mr. Marvin Sapp, who said he saw the best in me. This song is personal to me because during that time it was some rough. Let's just say I was going through some rough waters. And you know, it's funny because even when I didn't see the best in myself, he saw the best in me. When other people didn't see the best in me, he saw the best in me.
Yeah,
and I carry that to this day. When I think people don't see the best in me, I know that he does.
Listen, y'all, if you just joining us, before this episode, though, we're gonna mess around and start having church up in here.
I'm trying to keep it. I'm holding myself.
Everybody in here testifying. This turned into a testimony service. And that's okay. That's fine. It's all right to speak about the goodness of God in our lives. So, yeah, man, this is an excellent song right here. Like you said, man. Like you said, he saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst.
The worst in me.
Yeah.
Like this ain't let me just write some lyrics down. No, he lived that.
Yeah.
Yes, I was about to say you could tell he lived that.
Yeah.
He lived it.
Again,
all right, we better go to the next one. I'm rocking. Y'all, I'm trying.
All right, Adrienne, you on deck.
All right, so this next one, every time I hear this song, I lose it. I don't care where I am. I have to hear the whole song beginning to the end. It's not very popular, but it just blesses me. It's called In Your Will by Men of Standard. And it starts out, I won't give up, won't give in. I'm holding on to the end. I'm steadfast, unmovable, always abiding in you. Lord, I am staying in your will. And the reason why that meant so much to me, because so many times I don't want to be in his will.
Yeah, we always try to be hard-headed.
All the time. And I'm like, but I'm going to stay in his will because there's so much safety there. It's uncomfortable sometimes. I might not like it. But I think what really blessed me is the harmony in that song. It's simple. It's like snapping your fingers, jazzy type thing. And it would calm me. Because so many times where I try to get out of situations, but it's out of his will. And I'm like, Lord, I'm staying in your will. And he literally says, I'm staying. Yes, I'm staying, Lord. Like over and over. Lord, I'm staying in your will. Like, that's all he kept saying over and over. And he kept saying, I promise you, Lord, I'm staying. Yeah. And so when I wanted to give up, wanted to throw in the towel, wanted to walk away, that song grounds me every single time.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about music. Like it connects with your emotions. Yeah. Everything that you're going through, no matter the genre, we can always pick songs that like we have some sort of personal experience with. That's why I love music as much as I do. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go to my number 3. My number 3, this song gives me chills. Every time I hear it, it don't matter how many times I hear it, whether it's a choir singing it or whether I listen to it on a playlist, it absolutely gives me chills. And it's a big choir song. So one thing you're gonna notice about my list, almost every song contains a choir. I love choir music. I grew up on choir music. I'll tell y'all a funny story about choirs later. And my experience with choirs is very funny, but I'll hold on to that. But this particular song is by Richard Smallwood with Vision. It's called Total Praise. Yes, you're talking about a song where you ride a roller coaster of emotions and then it sends you off into outer space when they hit the chorus. Yeah, it just starts off slow and it builds up. And then when they hit that chorus, boom. Yeah.
You are.
You are the source of my strength. You are the strength of my life. I lift my hands in total praise to you. Total. That means everything. Yeah.
That's a good one. I know Reed Temple AME Church here in Glendale, Maryland. They would sing that song at least once a month.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was in my sister-in-law's wedding, her and my brother.
Yeah.
They had a saxophonist play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told Terrence I met Richard Smallwood and he taught us this song at Gospel Music Workshop of America.
That's crazy.
Like, they're like, okay, we're going to learn Total Praise. And he walked in, we were like, oh God, it's with Richard Smallwood himself. And I told Terrence I could hit every note from every like alto, tenor, soprano because he was so meticulous in teaching us. I know that song from backward, side, up and down, but the power that was in that room and the way we literally went in and forgot it was a rehearsal, that you can't match that. You can't match it. Total Praise is it.
Yeah. They sung this song at my late uncle's funeral. And it was a sad occasion because unfortunately he died young. And I remember when the choir sung this, it blew the roof off the church. It was one of his favorite songs. So yeah, when they sang this, like this song, like I said, this song still gives me chills. I got chills talking about it right now.
I'm like, Mo Millie, them amens take me out every time.
Every single time.
Woo.
Yeah. All right, Q. Number 3.
My number 3 song is from none other than the Reverend Al Green, who said, "The Lord will make a way somehow."
Yes.
Again, off the No Way Tired Sound compilation, 8-track tape and and I always like this song. Even when I was a kid, again, I didn't understand the lyrics, but now I understand.
Yeah.
The Lord will make a way somehow. Don't try to, don't stress over it. Just give it over to him. Al Green said, I'm gonna read some of the lyrics. He said, "The Lord will make a way somehow. When beneath the cross I bow. He will take away your sorrow. Let him have your burdens now."
Yeah.
All you got to do is live by that. It ain't easy, but just keep that in your mind. Whenever you're going through something or whenever you're trying to figure something out, that's all you got to do.
Yeah, somehow.
And he don't ever give us, like, that's the thing about God. He ain't gonna give us the answer right when we want it, but when we get it, it's always the right answer, man.
Always
the right answer.
Yes.
Yeah, humans are impatient. He obviously knows that.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something. Don't ever pray to God and ask him for patience. Ever.
I just say I have it. It's mine. It's not about waiting. It's how you respond while you're waiting. That's what patience is.
I remember praying for patience. This had to have been about 15 years or so ago. I was like, God, I want to pray for patience. He tested my patience so bad. He was like, "Oh, you want patience, right? I got something for you."
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't get tested.
Yeah, that's right. I got something for you that's gonna really test your patience, buddy. You want to learn some patience? Here you go. I mean, it was like the next day. I'm like, okay, I guess you heard me then. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
All right, we're gonna go to number 4. We moving right along, y'all. So our number 4. Ooh, you talking about clapping hard and foot stomping? This number 4. Yeah, Adrienne, go ahead.
Listen, okay, y'all. I love choir music.
Yeah.
The story behind this song. One day I was listening to it, training for a 5K, and I was supposed to be
Lord.
and I took off running in my neighborhood. None other than Ty Tribbett's. He turned it. Listen, he turned my mourning into dancing.
Yes.
He turned my sorrow into joy.
Yeah.
It started off with Job. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And I'm telling you, you can't. If you haven't been to a Ty Tribbett concert, please go.
I have.
Oh my God.
Listen.
It is amazing because the energy, but I'm telling you, that song, he turned it, because so many times I've been on the other side of that, and you can't listen to the song and not, as Digging in the Crates, they catch the Holy Ghost. He gonna catch you, or you gonna catch him. But honey, he turned it.
Yeah.
Ooh, you gonna be tired.
Yeah.
I don't see how I never sung that as a choir. I will say that I never sung. I'll be dead trying to sing that song. But he turned it. It's a song. If I want to like just jam out to gospel, I have a jamming gospel list. It's number one. And I literally played it at my school last week. My students were getting off the bus like this. They didn't know what they were listening to. Because it's got a great beat, but the message behind it is literally the dichotomy. You going through this, but he gonna turn it into this. That is powerful.
Yeah. That's like you said. Somebody said, listen what Naomi says. That song is an instant lift my spirits go to. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Ty Tribbett, believe it or not, Ty Tribbett got his start working with the hip hop and R&B producer, Timbaland.
Shut your mouth.
Really?
Yes. That is him playing the piano on Cry Me a River.
Okay.
And singing in the background.
I believe it. His whole family is just amazing. Now his brother plays bass for him. And kills it.
Yeah. I never would have guessed.
Yeah, that's
look
him.
What Diggins said.
He said Ty is one of the coolest dudes around. Till I interviewed from a gospel website back in the day, and that man's energy was healing. Like you said, Adrienne, if you've never been to a Ty Tribbett show,
go.
The way he sounds on the CD is how he sounds in concert, and he is high level energy from the time he walked out there till the end. So the concert we attended was at a church when we were still living in Greenville. This dude blew the speaker.
He did.
Yeah, they blew the speaker caught on fire during service. Q. Nothing but heat.
Nothing but heat. We were in Charlotte, and I was in the balcony. People were shouting in the balcony.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous. And you know, people in Charlotte grew up singing because John P. Key is very big in Charlotte. So literally, he created a choir out of the whole audience, and it was bananas. It was bananas. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. Great choice. Yeah, definitely add that one to your playlist. And speaking of playlists, all these songs will be on the playlist, which will be shared with everyone in the next 24 hours. So my number 4, one of my favorite songs. I talked about Commission, and this gentleman here used to be was a member of Commission. That's how he got his start in the industry. And this song is by Fred Hammond and Radical for Christ. You Are the Living Word. And the thing I love about this song is all the descriptions of Jesus. He's the bread of life. He's a holy king, a carpenter. He's the bread of heaven. He's an awesome ruler. He's a gentle redeemer. But yet and still he's the living word. I'm describing you as all these things, but you are the living word. And it's a beautiful song.
It's beautiful. Yeah, we wore that out in college. Woo, we wore that out.
Yeah.
That was a jam.
Yeah, like when we talk about gospel music of the 90s and early 2000s, Fred, Kurt, or
John P. Key.
1A, 1B, John P. Key.
Okay, all them. Yeah.
All them. Yeah. So yeah, Fred Hammond. Yeah, when you listen to those of you who aren't really in the gospel, but if you listen to R&B of the 90s, you can hear Fred Hammond's influence in all of the R&B male groups.
Yep.
Every single one of them are because of Fred Hammond.
I never would have never thought about it that way. I'm going to go back and do some comparison.
I'm telling you, Fred will grab you.
Yeah.
And his range is ridiculous. He has in his latest album that he did a medley for old school. I listen to that about at least every other week.
I got to check that out.
Yeah, I'll sing the link. That we need to add that to the playlist. That whole medley. If you confess the Lord, call him up. Like he did all of that from back in the day. Like all the choir music where there was no lead.
Yeah.
And people would just sing in parts. Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah. This is definitely one of my favorite songs. Probably one of my favorite gospel albums. Absolutely love his work with Radical for Christ. All right. Q, number 4.
My number 4 song is from the one and only Miss Yolanda Adams, who says, "Open My Heart."
Yes. Yes.
And I remember listening to it early one morning. I was on my way to work at the time. And this was like in my Greenville days. And I can't remember what morning show used to come on 107.3. But anyway, they played that as the opening track. And every time I hear it, it's just a great song. It just makes you feel good on the inside.
Guess what I found out about this song?
What's that?
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis wrote and produced this song.
I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it.
Yeah. And Stokely from Mint Condition is playing the drums in the song.
Shut your mouth. That lets you know secular and gospel belong together.
Wow. There it is. There's your proof right there.
Wow.
Two of the greatest producers in music history Houston wrote this song for Yolanda Adams.
That is truly mind blowing. That's why you're the historian, TH. That's why you're the historian, because I never would have put that connection together.
So I actually found it out today. So all these songs that we've compiled, I started listening to them a few hours before the show. So I pulled up just the credits, and I was like, Jam and Lewis?
That's crazy.
I had no idea. Yeah, I had no clue.
And that song crossed over. It's not just a gospel song. People listen to that, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today. Yeah. Yeah. Guide me until I'm sure. Yeah. Great song, Q.
I like it. I like it. It's just a beautiful song, like I said.
It is beautiful. Yeah. And it's just her.
It's just her. It's just her. It's just her. Yeah.
Her flatfoot singing. Now you don't get a lot of that no more either.
No. Yeah. Flatfoot singing. What? Yeah. Yeah. All these girls today whisper sing.
Yeah, they do.
They whisper sing and they whimper. And some of them sing like they sing in cursive.
They're singing cursive.
Yeah, they singing cursive. Adrienne did the side turn like JR, like our brother JR do. JR always hit you with one of them right here.
Ooh, I'm trying to stay safe.
Yeah. Between whisper singing and rap singing,
I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much done with all. Yeah. You can have that.
Yeah, they can have that. All right.
Yeah, doing all the runs, no passion. You're right, Mo.
None. All right. Number 5. We are on our song number 5. Okay, Adrienne, what you got?
Did I make sure I had it right? 1, 2, 3, because I have about 7 songs on here. Is it John P. Key, right?
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something. John P. Key in a New Life Community Choir got me through 7th grade. You hear me?
Yes. She says 7th grade.
I'm not kidding. I hated junior high school. This ain't the song that got me through, but I'll segue. And he had an album with this on there, and his song would say, oppression and depression shall not be a part of my life. And I used to listen to it over and over and over. But he'll welcome me.
Yes.
You going to somebody's funeral, and they're singing, Jesus will welcome me home. Oh, I shall see him. One of them good ones. For myself. Like I already told Eddie, it's written in my funeral plans. Yes, I got my funeral plans written out. This song better be there. I need he'll welcome me home. Okay.
Hey, you hit it. Listen, Eddie, if you're watching, I hope you hear that.
Yeah, you gotta take notes, bro.
You better.
You got my notes. Yes.
She will come back and haunt you.
Anything that John P. Key sings is just amazing. Between that and Clap Your Hands were like my 2 favorite. But he'll welcome me. I got my I'm playing my tambourine. And Jesus, I love that song. I just love good old stumping, good old. It's gonna take you back to what's he say? Durham, North Carolina, right outside the county line. Oh Lord, Terrence got separated.
No, he looks like he stepped away. Yeah,
probably the dog. I heard the dog. That's all right. I hope I ain't got the thing to be able to plug. He back. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, I'm back.
I was like, did the Lord rapture you home?
I just disappeared in the thin air. Nah, man. So the dog was in here, like right next to me, and he heard everybody. He heard the other people walk in the house, and then he started barking because he heard familiar voices. So I was like, "Come on, man, don't mess up my live. Come on, man. Yeah." It's like having another baby in the house.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, all right. Excellent choice. And like you said, you can't go wrong with John P. Key. If you were a church kid in the 90s, John P. Key was on your official soundtrack.
Mo Miller said it. Show Up. That whole album. John P. Key.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to it tonight.
Yeah. When preparing for the show, all these songs brought back some really good memories from back in the day. Oh man. Yeah. So John P. Key is from Durham, North Carolina.
Right outside the county.
Yep. Sister Elise said a lot of gospel legends are Durham natives or residents. That's her city. Yep. Represent Bull City to the fullest.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. My number 5. Again, you talked about He Turned It, just foot stomping, hand clapping, tambourine, choir music. Lift Him Up by Hezekiah Walker and Love.
Lift him up. Higher. Listen, lift him
up. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. And then when you think the song over, they go right back in.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That's another one, as you said, that will get the church wrapped up and ready to go. Again, when I was going to Reed Temple AME, that was another song they like to sing to get the crowd kind of hyped up before pastor, got on there.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Hezekiah Walker had some hits.
Mm-hmm.
If you gonna sing, you gonna preach out that song, you really about to tear it down because they done got the audience, they ready. Yeah. You right, Q. That's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. This song, like I said, it's just call and response.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually on the intro for our promo reel too.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure was.
So yeah, you can't go wrong with anything Hezekiah Walker, man. Hezekiah Walker got some hits too.
No.
Yeah. All right, Q. We on your last one, my brother.
All right, my last one is from Dr. Charles G. Hayes and the Cosmopolitan Church of Prayer Choir.
Come on.
Where they say Jesus will work it out.
Yes.
Come on.
I mean, that song, I remember hearing that song as a kid once again. And I just remember the energy of it. But once again, as an adult, it applies. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the lyrics goes, got the gas bill too.
Yeah. How you gonna pay the rent?
Yeah,
right.
All the money spent.
That's right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got the light bill too. Got the gas bill.
Mary made that over.
Don't try to figure it out. He gonna work it out.
He gonna work it out.
Right.
Mary made that over, but there ain't nothing like Dr. John Charles's version.
I turned it over to the Lord and He worked it out.
And so Russ Parr, the Russ Parr morning show, when he still had a morning show, this was the first song he would start off every morning.
What? Lord, talking about getting your adrenaline going before the day starts.
Yeah, like the few times I was able to catch the show early in the morning. I think he came on at 6. This would be the first song he would start off with every morning. And so this song will get you ready. It's going to let you know, hey, stop worrying.
Mm-hmm.
You already got it worked out.
It's already worked out.
Listen.
So,
you think that was real life. You were like, light bill due, gas bill due. How you going to pay? I mean, it was real. That was a real life story.
That's real. Yeah.
Yes, that is real life.
Yeah.
I pulled up that lyric which said, so how you gonna pay your rent? All your money spent, a little just to buy some food. Baby need a new pair of shoes. Say you got a light bill due. Even got a gas bill too.
Telephone disconnected.
Wait till your next paycheck. Tell you what you ought to do. Jesus will see you through it. Man, that is the absolute truth.
Turn it over to the Lord.
Yeah, He'll work it out.
He'll work it out.
February 2004. I will never forget. This song applied to me. Not about the rent so much, but the gas bill due. Because I thought, I could just turn the heat on, let it blast all day long. I came back to the apartment. It was all nice and cozy. And then I got the gas bill. Gas bill was almost $200.
Lord, that's a lot of money.
Working out,
man.
I couldn't breathe. I was like, what am I gonna do? Because I wasn't, making but so much back then.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? But guess what? Within that same week, as I was sitting there stressing about what am I gonna do, I got some extra money.
There you go.
And I was able to pay it. And then the gas was turned off.
Yeah.
Wasn't no more coming on to a warm apartment.
Listen, it took me getting grown for me to realize that my parents used to be like, don't touch my thermostat.
That part.
Yeah. And I used to be like, man, it's hot in here. My mom used to be like, you better take your shirt off, walk around the house with your shirt off. Man, it's cold in here. You better put a sweatshirt on, put some socks on. I ain't turning no heat on. No. Yeah.
You worked it out.
You understand?
Yeah, I get it now. I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
You have children. Your children leave every light in the house on. I'm like, yo,
I be mad. I'm unplugging chargers.
Yeah, stop. Like, come on now. Go in there, the kids would turn the shower on and leave the shower running,
and don't be in there.
No. They don't even be in it.
No. They ain't such thing as that. You better.
Yeah, I'll be mad. Okay.
You better jump in there as soon as that water turns on.
You better be in there.
All right, so we've gone through our list of top fives, everyone. So I appreciate y'all doing this. So I'm going to let everybody quickly review their top 5 songs for those who may have joined us late. So starting with Adrienne, give us your songs. These are in no particular order. These are our top 5 favorite gospel tracks. So
all right, go ahead, God and Me, Mary, Mary. Oh, Happy Day, the Edwin Hawkins Singers. In Your Will, Men of Standard. He Turned It, Ty Tribbett. He'll Welcome Me, John P. Key. And that was it, right? Yeah.
Yep. All right. Mine were I'm Just a Nobody by the Williams Brothers. Bless Me, The Prayer of Jabez by Donald Lawrence and the Tri-City Singers. Total Praise by Richard Smallwood with Vision. You Are the Living Word, Fred Hammond and Radical for Christ. And Lift Him Up by Hezekiah Walker and the Fellowship Choir. All right, Q.
Mighty Clouds of Joy, I've Been in the Storm Too Long. Marvin Sapp, Best in Me. Al Green, Lord Will Make a Way. Yolanda Adams, Open My Heart. And Charles G. Hayes, Jesus Will Work It Out.
All right. So now we're going to get into the segment of the show. Sometimes we call this songs that missed the cut or bonus tracks, but we're going to call these songs honorable mentions. So, Adrienne, I'm going to let you share with the people some songs that almost made the top 5, but are sort of on the outside looking in, but are worthy of being mentioned and being included on the playlist.
I'll give you a couple.
Okay.
LaShawn Pace, I Know I've Been Changed. She said, how can God take the brown cow that eats green grass and give you white milk? Then she said, he took my black soul, dipped it in red blood, and it came out white as snow. I'll never forget that. But the way she starts that song by herself singing, she hold that
Yeah.
I mean, the Pace sisters alone were amazing. But LaShawn, good God Almighty, anytime I heard that, and it was nothing but her and the bass drum, and every once in a while you heard an organ, but it was just her singing flat-footed. I know, and you knew she'd been changed. So that right there, that one, and I have to do Order My Steps.
Yes.
That was my father-in-law. He's gone on to be with the Lord, but Order My Steps in Your Word. My God.
Order my steps.
I'm writing that one down because I'm gonna put that one.
Yes. Please order my steps. Yeah, I want to walk worthy. You know, I just those two right there. That and I told Terrence the whole Christmas album from Kirk Franklin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The whole Christmas album for Kirk Franklin and the family.
Yeah, that Kirk Franklin and the Family Christmas CD is something special. You hear me?
All right, I'm gonna have to put that on the list then, because I can't say I really listened to it, but yeah, I'm gonna put it on the list.
DM me when you listen. You ain't ready.
That's
good from beginning to the end. Album. Every song. Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna put it on this year's Christmas playlist.
Yeah, that's when Kurt still had the
little
puff, high top with the curls in it. Yeah, he was still wearing the baggy suits.
He was with the Mississippi Mass Choir too at that time. Still, when he sung "Joy, Joy, God's Great Joy," you know, he's the one who directed that song.
You know, Kirk is one that I feel like catches a lot of heat unfairly.
Yes, he does.
He does.
I feel like he catches the heat unfairly because he's trying to connect with different audiences, not just one specific group. But he catches a lot of heat just because he connects with different audiences. I remember back in the day, during my club days in Columbia, there was a spot called Characters. And one Saturday night, they was playing Stomp.
Yep.
Yes, they was playing Stomp. And there was a conga line. You can only imagine who the audience was, but it was, you know, let's just say it was a cosmopolitan. And they were doing a conga line to Stomp. And it was the version, you know, they had the Lil' Kim rap in there.
Yeah.
Trying to be cute when it plays and raise them high.
Yeah. But I just feel like Kurt catches a lot of heat unnecessarily.
Yeah, he did. He loved James Brown. He loved Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. And when he performs and he goes to concerts, you're going to see all that. And I love it because he's an entertainer who just happens to love Jesus. And I'm here for it.
And you know, that's what that bothers me sometimes when people be like, he ain't got to do all that. Why not?
Yes, he does. Why not? It's good for me. I pay her Gwen to do the same thing.
What makes gospel music so quote unquote pure that folks can't get up there and dance and express them, have expressions on how they feel, how the music makes them feel.
I love it. Mm-hmm. You're right. I love it. Okay, I'm done. That's it. That's mine.
All right. My honorable mentions are, I gotta go. Let me see. I had a bunch of them, y'all.
We know.
John P. Key, Jesus is Real.
Jesus is real.
Yep.
Lord, that's
gotta have a Kurt Franklin song on the list. Kurt Franklin, God's Property, My Life is in Your Hands. I told you.
That's 1996, Jesus.
Yes. Love that song. And then this song right here, my aunt used to sing on the choir at Old Pilgrim Baptist Church in Simpsonville back in the 80s. And my aunt Doretha used to lead this song and she used to kill it. And this song is The Holy Ghost by Reverend Milton Brunson.
It was early.
That's it.
Good morning. Just about the break of day. That's my jam. Jesus, he touched me. That song. And that Hardy sung it at my church.
Mm-hmm.
And we shouted every single time.
This song used to get the church going. I'm telling you, every single time.
Like a tornado.
It would be impromptu. Like you could tell that the choir director, like he didn't, that wasn't necessarily on the program. They didn't practice it, but he called my aunt out the stands, and when she come out, it was on. You knew it was on. I'm like, they about to sing Holy Ghost.
I literally was singing that 2 weeks ago, and I said, if I ever go back home, I'm singing that song.
Yeah, we heard it on Sirius XM's gospel station a couple weeks ago, and Ebony and I both went in the car. Yo, they took it back. This is like straight childhood memories right here.
Okay.
All right,
let the Holy Ghost.
Who your honorable mentions, man?
Oh man, just like you, I had a whole bunch, so I'm gonna try to keep it down to 3.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to do this one. Sounds of Blackness, Optimistic.
Yes.
Keep on.
Yep. Because in the 90s, what year did that song come out?
91.
Middle. Okay, so yes, so just like Adrienne had a song that kept her through middle school.
Yeah.
Optimistic was my song that kept me through middle school. As long as you keep your head to the sky,
you can win.
Right. Another song
produced. Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
I said that's another song produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Good God Almighty!
I'm blown. I wouldn't have I never would have guessed.
Yep. Because Sounds of Blackness was signed to their record label, Perspective.
Okay. Yep. They sure were. Wow. And that's the thing. I never would have thought of it as being a gospel song because I heard it on secular radio so much. But yes, it was a gospel song.
Yeah.
And that's how it, touched a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another one that didn't make it, and I had a tough time with this one. Marvin Sapp never would have made it.
Oh, yeah.
His whole testimony behind that song.
There is. And I was torn between using that one versus the other Marvin Sapp song, Best in Me. But yes,
never would have made
another good one that I kept in constant rotation.
Yeah.
And finally, I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna give you Pastor T.L. Barrett. Father,
come on.
I stretch my hands to thee. Now, I only discovered the song because of Ye.
Yep,
Kanye West.
Yeah.
So he basically sampled this. And I remember it was one of our frat brothers, Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brown was the one that actually pointed it out. And he said it to me, he was like, yo, this song gets me through. And so I went and I listened to it and I was like, oh, I love it. It's just organic. You know what I'm saying? Fresh from the earth. You know how I say fresh from the earth?
Yeah.
It's fresh from the earth.
Yeah.
He was like, power. You the only one that's fighting with the power.
Yeah.
So yeah.
JR, I promise you, man, I will have this playlist posted tonight. Now, this gonna get me through the week right here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, this playlist gonna
get me through the rest of this year.
Yeah, what you talking about?
Woo.
Yes.
Never would have made it.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's gonna carry a whole lot of us through.
So I want to get. I'm gonna go to a couple comments I brought up on the screen earlier. But JB says I might be late, but it's good to see my Bethlehem Baptist Church, Simpsonville, South Carolina, day ones. You already know.
Yeah.
BBC, baby. And Elise, Optimistic is one of the best songs in history to me. Listen, yes.
I agree wholeheartedly with Sister.
I do too.
I got this song on multiple playlists. Like this is one of those songs that, like you said, it keeps you encouraged. It really does. So yeah, look, JB, JR said I need this for my Monday morning drive to work. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I'll be sharing it out tonight. Y'all definitely get your hands on it this evening. I promise.
Yeah.
All right. So Adrienne, we're gonna do a little thing that we like to call before we conclude for the night. We like to do a little thing we call this or that.
Yes.
This or that, and this is also audience participation as well. So audience, please feel free to chime in. And for this episode, we always try to make sure that we stick with the theme of the episode. So these are things that have to do with church and gospel music and Sunday food. Good Sunday eat. All right.
Good Sunday meal.
Yeah, good Sunday meal. So here we go. All right. This or that. First choice. Sunday dinner at home or dining out?
Now, Terrence, you know, when we got together for 10 years, y'all, Terrence, Ebony, my husband and I was at somebody's ranks.
Yes.
With big fat yeast rolls, waiting on the steak to get ready and the line be out the door.
Yep.
Wait a minute, I'm not gonna let y'all do that. Y'all know that was Quincy's.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you. Correct me.
Quincy's and Ryan's, both of them.
But Ryan's
hot rolls at Ryan's with the honey.
I'm talking about you bite into a roll, you don't even you just swallow it and you ingest it immediately.
Yes. Between Ryan's, Quincy's, Old Country Buffet, we had a restaurant back home called Carrie Hilliard's. That was our Sunday go-to.
Yeah, let me dine out. I will cook a Sunday dinner every once in a while, go all out, macaroni and cheese, collards. Like my family would tell you, like once a month I'm going all in.
Yeah.
But honey, let me sit and not breathe and unbuckle myself at the table.
Yeah. Definitely wear your stretchy pants.
Yes. This is bringing back memories. Like we used to get out of church at like 2.
Yeah.
And come home and my mother would always cook she would cook early.
That's right.
Morning, so the food was already ready by the time we got home.
Yeah. Right. That's it. That's what my mom used to do. She would cook on Saturday evening. I remember we would be watching Showtime at the Apollo, and you smell the Sunday dinner being cooked in the kitchen. And I'm like, man, we can't have none now. Mom, you ain't getting none of this food now. And get home and just heat it up.
Yep.
So everybody chiming in on the eating out.
Go to Corral. That's what I'm talking about. We tend to go to Corral too.
Piccadilly.
Piccadilly. Yeah, we had Piccadilly and Morrison's.
Yep, Morrison's Cafe. Yeah, Morrison's
and SNS. We had an SNS cafeteria.
Yeah, SNS. Honey, them old people love that. My mother loved. My mama still loves some SNS and Piccadilly.
JB brought up the Beacon, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Yes,
Come
sir.
on, Spartanburg.
All right.
Call it.
What's the name of the restaurant? It's in Greenville, and it's not the Clock, not Pete's Clock.
It ain't the Clock.
It was off of Haywood Road. It was like at Haywood and goodness.
You talking about Stacks?
I think it might be Stacks Omega.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that's it. Stacks.
Yep.
Yeah, that was another good
Stacks. We went home a couple months ago.
Yeah. Stacks good. Stacks done got high though.
Yeah, that breakfast good though. I don't care.
Yeah. All right. Next on the list, controversy right here.
Here we go.
Fried chicken or baked chicken?
I'm going fried. I'm sorry. I'm going fried.
It's got to be good fried. It can't be just
fried.
Dried young.
Yeah.
If it's Sunday, it's got to be fried. Now, I baked chicken today. I feel so bad because I'm trying to live right.
See?
Well, now you give me a good barbecue baked chicken.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Eddie said it fried potatoes baked for my health.
That's it. That's my answer right there.
Yeah.
Fried potatoes baked for my health. That's
I
my
love
motto.
some good. I ain't had
That's
fried chicken.
That's what we're gonna go with.
Let me tell you what I used to do. We used to go to Ryan's. I used to get me some fried chicken. And I get me a piece of baked chicken to try to ease the guilt.
You gotta balance it out, man. You gotta balance it out.
But it's gotta be dark meat fried chicken for me. Yes. I need it juicy. I don't want no.
It gotta be a thigh for sure.
I need a thigh.
All right. Next one on the list. All right. Collard greens or green beans?
Collards.
Collards all day long.
All day.
Collard greens all day long, man.
All day. I don't want no green beans.
Collard greens all day long.
Please.
Gotta be collard greens. All right. That was easy. All right. Next one. Cornbread or biscuits?
Okay. It depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah. Cornbread or biscuits?
Sometimes I want both.
Yeah.
We can't go to Cracker Barrel no more. So
I'm gonna have to go with cornbread. I gotta go with cornbread.
I'm going cornbread.
If we got collards, I gotta have cornbread.
It's got a touch of sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Gotta have a little bit of sweetness to it.
Gotta have a little sweetness, a little
it's gotta
jelly.
be hot. So when I slice my butter knife through it, I put that butter on there.
And the collards juice gotta run into it a little bit. That's when it's good. I don't want no biscuit.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody said both of them.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. My wife can make some mean cornbread.
I can't
Papa John collard greens for New Year's. Ooh.
Yeah.
We know what we coming. Yes. What time we need to be there.
Yeah. All right. So we don't got into all parts of the meal. Now we're gonna get into the dessert portion. Chocolate cake or pound cake?
I don't want no chocolate cake.
I'm torn. This is not fair. I'm gonna go with it.
It's Sunday. You gotta go with pound cake.
I'm gonna go with pound cake.
It's gotta be my sister loves pound cake, Pamela. I'm not allergic to that.
Yeah,
but you know what? While you playing, Sarah Lee actually made a good pound cake back in the day.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Yeah, gotta
go. Even Inman's, they made a decent pound cake.
They did. Now I've had theirs.
Right. Yeah,
but no, my brother and my sister.
Yeah, so when you serving, I gotta read JR's comment. He said, "We don't want no chocolate cake." Jesus said, "No."
You don't want no chocolate cake. Jay Brown talking about no cheesecake. No. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
No, you can have a good cheesecake on Sunday. Now I've had that before. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Holidays.
I'm going with pound cake.
I gotta have a pound cake.
All right.
That's hilarious.
Next, this or that. We going to church in person or we online worship? I prefer in person. Look at Adrienne.
That was actually my this or that. So
yeah, all the sinners step to the front, please. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, first give on the guy who's ahead of my life. I love in person.
I prefer in person. I like the connection.
I prefer in person.
People, yeah. I like to be with the people. It's not the same. And I'm so easily distracted. Online service. I'll be doing everything but paying attention to what's going on the TV.
Right.
I'll be on my phone. I'll be writing something. No.
Right.
Yeah. So
I think for me, it just all depends. It depends. Like
it depends.
Sometimes you want to go in person. Sometimes you just want to grab the laptop and
That's true. Yeah.
And I can go in person and then online at night for somebody else or some other worship experience and still be plugged in. I mean, I've been laid out my house from an online service just like I have from in person.
That's true. Yep. Likewise. Look at JB. Is pastor preaching or is it a guest?
I mean, that could be a determining factor too for some people.
For some people,
only want to hear from their main pastor versus whoever the guest is.
Especially like at my church, we have 3 services. So
a
lot of people will tune in to 8:00 to see if pastor preaching or not. And if he's not, then they won't come.
Shame on them.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Sunbeam choir or senior choir?
Oh, you wrong for this.
That's Q. That's Q. You blame Q.
You can blame me for that one. You can blame me for that one.
Growing up singing, we were the sunshine. We were shining stars.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that senior choir, especially if they started out singing sitting down.
Yes.
And then they just started and they would stand up. One person would stand up and it was a rap.
Yeah.
JR said this was petty. Look, I'm just trying to have a little fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's all.
It's an expression. Got the little sunbeam choir. The little kids get up there, sing their little song and do their little clap.
Yeah.
And then you got
everybody gonna be sang, baby.
You know, and then the old people get up there. They bringing it all, the full throttle, the whole throat.
Listen, scratch your throat and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eddie said pass.
It up.
All right. So let me share my choir story, and I'm gonna have to account for this on the other side. So all right, let me get it out. Okay. My mom forced me to sing on the choir. All right. Singing ain't my thing, y'all. I love music. I love music. Singing ain't my thing. She forced me to sing on the choir. Your boy used to be up there lip singing, y'all. I'm sorry, Mom. She still get on me about that. I finally admitted it when I became an adult. I knew I couldn't get a whooping in my 20s. Mm-hmm. But I told her, I said, hey, Mom, you remember when you forced me to sing on the choir? She's like, yeah. I said, I was up there lip singing.
You just did. Okay, you want Eddie Young need whoopings. Eddie, he need to tell you his story, baby. You need to type it in. Like, he on purpose. I think he cut up so bad on the choir. He never had to sing again. He did other shit. Singing is not my husband's.
Yeah, mine either. Like, I love music, but singing ain't my ministry. Like, I love music. I love harmonies. But yeah, I was up there Milli Vanilli in it.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, straight up. I got another story about church too. So Super Bowl Sunday, 1993. It's the Cowboys versus the Bills. Young T. Harris, the sports fanatic. I knew we had an afternoon church service, but I wasn't going. So guess what I did? I told my parents I had a project I needed to work on, and I couldn't attend church service.
No, you didn't.
So my cousin was in my class, and she was at church, and my mom was like, she said, where Terrence at? And my mom said, well, he at home. He had a project we had to work on. He at home. We had a project. He had a project he needed to work on. And guess what? My mom got home. Boy, she told my tail up. You hear me?
Come here.
Yeah.
I'm still here. You might not can see me, but I promise you I'm still here.
Yeah, she tore my tail up. She's like, so you want to stay home and watch Super Bowl instead of going to church? I earned every bit of that butt whooping. But guess what? I enjoyed the Super Bowl.
That's a good one.
Hey, Eddie, you on here? You got to tell your.
He on here. I'm trying to get my camera to come back. Okay.
There you go.
He gonna testify.
Tell your story, brother.
What I did, like you, Mama made me get on the choir. Now, older sister can't really sing. Middle sister sings like an angel. Me, not so much.
Yeah.
You gonna do something in the church? Okay.
Y'all heard that geese come out?
Yeah.
Get up there, and I just boo-hoo cried the whole time. I'm up in New Israel Reformed Episcopal Church on that choir, and just cried. I sat down and thought, whew, I made it. Yeah. I ain't gonna have to do that no more. Mm-hmm. I felt a tap on my shoulder. Miss Annie Bland, who was like my third grandmama, said, your mama want to see you in the back.
Oh, no.
I lie to y'all not. I remember walking out that choir stand, seeing my mama across the room, and the next thing I remember, I was sitting back down.
He blacked out.
You don't remember nothing.
Nothing.
She beat him so bad.
It bad, y'all.
Oh,
it bad.
Yeah,
woo.
Man. Listen, man. Singing ain't my ministry, man. My sister pulled that boohoo crying stuff, and she got the same thing that happened to her too. My mom was like, I don't care. You're gonna be up, you're gonna sing next Sunday. All right, next one. Easter Sunday or revival week?
Easter.
I'm
Easter.
I don't want to be in we love you, Jay, in church.
Yeah.
River Day.
Yeah.
Them 5 nights was rough back in the day.
Yeah, man. What? Monday through Friday? Soon as you get home from school, you gotta change into your church clothes. It wasn't no come as you are when we was
No.
kids. No, you got to change it to your church clothes, and you at church from 7 to 9, 10 o'clock.
Tired,
Monday through Friday. Tired. Yep.
And for Easter Sunday, I don't want to go to both services. I'm going to one. I'm not going to sunrise and no,
one or the other.
So growing up back in the day, I had to go to regular service, and then they had the afternoon service, and that's where everybody gave, the little Easter speech and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And of course, I couldn't have like a 1-2 line Easter speech. Oh no.
Yeah.
I had paragraphs, and I had to remember that joint from memory.
Yeah, you did.
Wasn't no holding a piece of paper. Wasn't no prompt.
Nope.
I had to get up there and I had to recite every single word from memory.
Yep.
Man.
I remember that. That was some good times, though. We learned a lot, and we were very much groomed in the church because of that.
That's right. All right. Next one. Collection plate or online giving?
My God. Online me, jeez.
Yeah, give me
now. Now, I used to like to walk back in the day because you get to see everybody.
Yeah. They had a music playing while you going up and putting it in the collection plate.
Yeah, I used to high five the deacons and stuff like that. So I liked going and walking, even though it took forever. It was good because you get to see people.
Yeah,
it's convenient to give online, but I love to come on. I don't want to pass the plate. I want to walk.
Yeah,
but see, that just goes to show the difference in churches because you all grew up Baptist, so you walked up there and put your money in. And the AME, they just passed the plate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And they passed the plate sometimes, like it was pass the plate. But I heard a pastor say one time, people give more and they have to walk.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you got to walk, somebody gonna give. You ain't gonna want to just go up there and not put nothing in the basket, so they'll hand $1 to their child.
Everybody looking at you like,
50
yep.
cents.
Yeah, people being nosy, seeing how much you put in there.
Yep.
Right. You can't fake walk the walk. The plate, people be like acting like they're gonna put something in there, or sometimes they quickly just pass it on over.
Yeah.
The walk, no.
You gonna put something in that basket.
All right. We got a couple more.
I love this.
Sunday's best or come as you are?
Oh, I'm torn on this.
Yeah. I do miss dressing up sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe like for special holidays, I do.
Yeah.
Like when I go with Eddie to his Alpha Church functions, I try to look like, first lady.
Yeah.
Child, I wore my jersey to church last Sunday. And I'm like, Panthers won. I'm wearing my jersey to church. I mean, that's so.
Yeah, like I said, I'm come as you are. Like I'm usually pullover, sweater, sweatshirt, sneakers, and jeans.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll pull out a pair of chinos or something like that. But yeah, I'm come as you are.
Yeah.
And that just shows the difference between, back in the day and now. Yeah. Back in the day, you had to come to church.
That's right.
Dressed. Like if you wore jeans, they looking at you funny. Like
what's wrong with you?
About? Yeah.
Yeah. And still some churches are like that today.
They are.
Like, who told you to come out the house like that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But now
come as you are back then didn't mean come as you are.
Yeah, and especially like in country churches. Oh no.
What?
No, I'm not going to his home church, New Israel, without being suited and booted and a hat on. First of all, I have to have a hat on. And I preached at a church in Charleston a couple weeks ago, and I preached in a robe because I already knew. I looked at things online. Everybody still wearing suits and all that. So,
oh yes.
I better break.
It depends on the setting. Like my dad's a Baptist pastor, so his church, I know, coat, shirt and tie, or just a coat and a shirt. Yeah,
right. You're not going in no polo.
No.
Now, what some churches started doing was they wouldn't necessarily announce. Well, they wouldn't say anything, I guess, if you came as you are every Sunday, but they would have a come as you are.
Correct.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Last one on the this or that. Turn to your neighbor and say, or give your neighbor a high five, a hug. Neither one.
I'm a whole preacher.
Listen,
I hate to do that.
This is probably my biggest annoyance in church. Turn to your neighbor. No.
Introverts, and I'm an ambivert.
Ooh.
We don't want to turn.
I don't want to turn to talk nobody.
I might say repeat after me.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna make you high five your neighbor and turn to.
No. You know who I turn to talk to? My people. The people live in my house.
Turn to your neighbor and say.
Yeah. Turn to your neighbor. And say, neighbor.
Neighbor. N-E-I-G-H-B-A.
Neighbor.
Neighbor. Yeah, I know because I have a lot of friends that are introverts. I know when it comes to ministry, I'm not going to do that because some people just don't like to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't like that.
All right. Well, thank
good.
you for indulging us, Adrienne, in our this or that. Yeah, this has become one of our favorite parts of the show. Plus, it keeps the audience engaged. Yeah. Hey, look, one more thing on that. JR talking about I don't like neither in the name of Jesus.
JR said he just want to be left alone so he can absorb the word.
That's it. That's me. I just
we don't need crowd.
I'm an introvert. It's an introvert's worst nightmare.
All right.
So we like to do a motivational minute, okay? Every episode. So Q, what you got for us today, man?
Oh man, I honestly didn't put one. So I honestly hadn't really put one together, but I'm gonna have to say, okay, you know what? Since we are on the theme of gospel music and or talked about church, today's motivational minute is never lose your faith. Never lose your faith. I know it's hard. Sometimes when you're going through something, sometimes when you're trying to deal with different situations, I know it's hard to keep the faith, but you gotta keep your faith. You got to know that everything is going to work out. You got to know that everything will be okay as long as you focus on what's important. Don't focus on the problem. Focus on the solution. If you can't figure it out, you know he's going to work it out. So
there you go. There you go.
That's my motivational minute.
Thank you. That was good, my brother. I put you on the spot, man. But yeah, you was ready. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start closing out. So Adrienne, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being on the show with us, and thank you again for your support and your encouragement and your wisdom. Q. So when I turned 44 this year, and Adrienne was at our house the next week, and she spoke some very encouraging and so gave us some words on the future of the Saturday Sit Down. So Adrienne, share with Q. You shared it with me, but I'm gonna let you share it with Q and the people what you see our future as far as this podcast is concerned. Because you're the one that convinced me. You're the one who convinced me to put it on YouTube.
I did.
Yep.
I did. And I'll be honest, when I flow in the prophetic, as they say like that, sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying because it's all God. But I have said, and I still see you all partnering with, as you do with other people, but I see you partnering with artists. I see you doing a full-blown podcast that is recorded and aired out for everybody to see across all platforms. I see you having your own app where people can come and just access you that way. Well, we ain't got to go third party. Like if I'm ready to see the livest episodes of your Sunday Sit Down or Saturday Sit Down from way back in the day, it's archived, it's ready to pull up. I see you doing great in-person live events as well. So we can come and be a live audience and cut up a little bit and have some fun doing this or that lives on stage with each other. I see you out selling your paraphernalia. Like we might want a Saturday Sit Down hat, bringing in other people in that way. So this is a great beginning that y'all have. I mean, the lives on Instagram, pull this in. Then you took a leap of faith and you're doing live on YouTube. You're not stopping. Y'all got artists tagging you and doing different things. And I feel like it's just going to expand to something even bigger than what you dreamed or imagined. And not saying you're going to retire doing this, but this will bring so much joy to you, to us, to others. You're leaving a legacy for other children. And I just love what you're doing. And I just bless y'all. Can't wait to see what else you do. Can't wait to see how God just expands this platform, because you might not say we giving glory to God, but every time y'all get on here, you shine and it's very evident and we're drawn to your light. So continue to do great things. And thank you for including us every time you come on.
Well, thank you for that. And on that note, I don't even have anything to say. Q, you got anything?
I have nothing.
Powerful, man.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel every single word. And we thank you for giving us such a good word and blessing, kind of blessing over us as we keep on going in this journey.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. So we appreciate, like we said, the encouragement and the support. Yes. And thank you. That's all I can say. You left me speechless. All right. So introduction of our next topic. So for the month of December, y'all, we're going to do Christmas and holiday music.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna talk Christmas and holiday music. Our top 5, or it may be hard to do a 5Q. We may have to jump up to 7 or 10.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our favorite Christmas holiday music. So you'll be getting a date soon because Thanksgiving's around the corner. So we're gonna try to hit y'all up probably in the first week or so of December to let you know about our favorite Christmas and holiday songs. So in closing, thank you again, Adrienne, for joining us for the sit down on Sunday. We appreciate you. We appreciate your wisdom, your support, your encouragement. And thank you for cutting up with us because we love to have a good time on here too. Yeah. So with that being said, I am T. Harris at When the Needle Drops.
I am QG at the Nerdy Little Bubba.
And we are concluding tonight's episode. Thank you again for joining us. Y'all have a blessed night.
Y'all have a blessed week.
All right.
Bye.
All right.